Miss Nguyen, Sie haben uns ein bisschen was verschwiegen. Und beim letzten Mal meine ich, den letzten Fall, bei unserem letzten Verdächtigen, der so viel vergessen und verschwiegen hat, hat sich hinterher herausgestellt, dass er ziemlich viel Scheiße am Schuh kleben hat. Erzählen Sie uns von den Kritzeleien zu Ihrem Marketingmaterial.
Look, when you get hired for a job, it's because you got the right credentials, right? I've got a master's in marketing, but Stan thinks he knows how to do my job better because he's a guy. These last 2 weeks, man, they've been brutal.
What do you mean?
The company's come under a lot of critical fire lately, over the same old blah blah, excessive violence, lack of morality. I tried to tell him that negative publicity was a good thing, but he told me I just didn't get it. I'm a woman in a man's world, you know? If a girl doesn't play hardball, she gets rolled over. I worked too hard to have some chauvinist like Stan keep me from reaching my goals. I mean, I'm sorry he's dead. He was talented. This wasn't anything you'd kill anybody over. A professional disagreement that got a little ugly, is all.
Leute töten schon aus weniger Gründen. Haben Sie mit Stan Everston im Gun Club gestritten?
Argue is a little strong. We raised our voices, but hell, it's loud in a firing range. I guess maybe I started to kid him, you know? And it got out of hand.
Gab es noch weitere Streitigkeiten zwischen Ihnen beiden?
Just childish crap. Like this insulting text message he sent me the other night. Really pissed me off.
Wie lautete die Textnachricht? Ach, erfahren wir auch von ihr jetzt die SMS, die wir vorher nicht lesen durften, oder wie jetzt?
Oh hell, I don't remember. I mean, it's a dead issue, right? Sorry. That sounded bad. I just mean, the guy's gone. Let's cut him a break.
Warum haben Sie auf Stans SMS geantwortet? Naja, oder wir erfahren es halt doch nicht.
I'm a professional, but I'm human, okay? He was unprofessional and would not let the hell up, so I snapped back. That's one of those bad things about text messaging, you know? You wind up writing things you'd never say.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Tja, viel weiter hat uns das jetzt nicht gebracht unbedingt. Oh, was wissen Sie über diese Kritzelei?
Just that I saw Maya wad it up and throw it at Stan yesterday, right after we checked in. She was pissed.
Warum war Maya so aufgeregt?
Actually, the surprise would have been for her not to be. You see, she and Stan, they've been at each other's throats for 3 weeks. It's been getting nastier and nastier as we got closer and closer to this show. They did not see eye to eye on the market strategy at all.
Hatte Stan ein Handy bei seiner Tour dabei?
Sure, of course. At a big show like this, he'd be dead without it. Well, sorry, poor choice of words.
Hatte er sein Handy, als Sie ihn zuletzt sahen?
Let me think. Yeah, he had it, because he text messaged me right after I got back to the room. Asked me to order a Cobb salad from room service and have it waiting for him. Thing's still sitting here, wilting.
Das Verschimmeln haben Sie nicht übersetzt. Naja, gut. In wessen Bett war der Skorpion?
Stan's.
Wissen Sie, wie er in das Bett gelangte?
Well, looks kinda bad, sort of sick at the moment, but I let this friend of ours do that as a practical joke. Thing was dead, couldn't hurt him, and Craig said Stan would get a kick out of it. Those two were always doing that kind of thing to each other, so I just went along.
Lebte der Skorpion, als er ihn in das Bett legte?
Hell no, it was dead. Couldn't hurt him, or me for that matter.
Erzählen Sie uns von Craig Landers.
He's a game designer who was one of the founders of the company with Stan, even before I arrived. He left about a year ago. His sense of humor is kind of out there, call it an acquired taste. For example, just before he left the company, when he was working on Gut Wrench 3, he put in a cheat code that lets you kill the boss. Of course, killing bosses is common in shooting games. At the end of a level, it's usually big bad guys or grotesque monsters or whatever. Not yuppie businessmen who look exactly like Stan Everston. You had to be there. Anyway, this was about the time Stan fired him.
Oh, wo ist Craig jetzt?
Gee, I have no idea. He drove here on his own just to attend the trade show and hang out with us.
Kennen Sie sein Automodell und sein Kennzeichen?
I couldn't give you his license under hypnosis, man. It's some SUV, American make, I think. Ask Maya, why don't you? Craig was hitting on it pretty hard yesterday and they were getting friendly. Saw him exchange phone numbers.
Aha. Ist das Ihr PDA?
Yeah, it is.
May we collect it as evidence?
Well, I know I said I'd do anything to help out, but there is a line. I have a lot of stuff coming through here, like time-critical bug reports on the game. I'm sorry, I can't give it up, especially since it has nothing to do with Stan's death.
Wann kamen Sie in das Hotel zurück?
I wasn't keeping track. Best guess, 1 a.m., a little after. Call it 5 after.
Können Sie beweisen, dass Sie hier waren?
Shouldn't be too hard. There's security cameras in the lobby. Can't you check those out?
That tells us what time you were in the lobby, but what else can you tell us?
Well, I remember I watched a pay-per-view movie last night. That's something the company doesn't pay for, by the way. Gotta cover all incidentals ourselves. Anyway, I've got the receipt right here.
Revenge of the Psycho Blood Mutants. Brass could check that out on the security cam footage.
Ja, okay. Wenigstens ein
I've divulged everything I can think of.
bisschen was an neuen Infos. An den PDA kommen wir so erstmal nicht dran. Dann Labor. Aussage des Programmierers.
Let's run this evidence by Brass.
Ah, okay, sorry. Quittung.
We've done all we can do with that item.
Danke. So, dann wieder einmal zu Brass. Können Sie bestätigen, wann Andy und Maya zurück ins Hotel kamen?
The security chief at the Sphere says their videotape puts Andy Penmore returning at 1:08 a.m. and staying put. Maya didn't get in till 2:15, giving her a half hour to do who knows what. With the hotel connected to the convention center, she has opportunity, all right.
Interessant. Kann ich nochmal mit dem Verdächtigen sprechen? Und zwar mit der Frau Nguyen.
She's on her way to interrogation now.
Weil ich glaube, sie hatten nochmal ein, zwei Fragen, die sie uns beantworten darf. Wie gut kennen Sie Craig Landers genau?
Hardly at all. I just met him yesterday evening at that gun club. Apparently, he helped LZP get off the ground, and of course, I knew about his game getting killed.
Andy says you were acting very friendly. Mind telling us what that was about?
What happened to what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
You're still in Vegas. What happened?
Look, let's keep this confidential, because I got a life back home. Have you ever met somebody at a party or something and clicked and wound up in the backseat of a car? I found Craig a little bit cute last night, and I was half drunk.
When did you leave his car?
I left Craig around 1:30 or so, in the AM.
Wo waren Sie dann zwischen 1:30 Uhr und 2:10 Uhr? Ich überspringe mal kurz die Frage.
We have security video showing you getting back to your room half an hour after you left Craig's. Your hotel room is less than 5 minutes away. What, you stopped to gamble?
No, I'd already gambled enough going for a one-night backseat stand. In fact, I sat at the curb and just held my head in my hands and thought about my life and my kid, and I said I was human. A tired human who let go for once. Fresh air felt good.
Vor allem Childs, Child, ein Kind und da stand Kinder. Die Frau hat ein Kind und plötzlich hat sie Kinder. Ja gut, es ist ein kleiner Fehler. Zum Glück, bis jetzt erst. Wie ich durch dieses letzte Spiel auf so einer Fehlersuchmanier bin und so Kritikmanier, das ist ja furchtbar. Das ist ja, das muss ich mir ganz schnell wieder abgewöhnen. Dieses Spiel ist gut. Es ist besser als das letzte. Da brauche ich nicht hier jedem kleinen Murks hinterherrennen. Wo parkt Craig Landers Wagen?
Garage underneath the Sphere Convention Center. Only Craig isn't staying at the Sphere. Isn't staying anywhere, really. He's between gigs and on a tight budget.
Was für ein Wagen ist es?
A new GMC Envoy. I even know his license plate because it was personalized after the characters in his game, Fuzzy and Bill. FZYBIL, I think.
Glaube ich. Auf einmal weiß ich es nicht mehr so genau.
That's all I have to say.
Na ja, gut. Oh, da haben wir nun das Convention Center Parkhaus, wo wir doch dann mal direkt nach dem Wagen schauen von diesem Ex-Programmierer. Der unser Verdächtiger Nummer 3 höchstwahrscheinlich sein dürfte. Also das kommt mir sehr verdächtig vor. Was soll das? Sind Sie Craig Landers? Sie sehen ziemlich zermatscht aus. Schlecht geschlafen?
I am indeed Craig Landers, game designer, visionary, master of the universe. I'd invite you into my office, but it's a little cramped. What's up?
Las Vegas Crime Lab. Wir haben ein paar Fragen.
Ooh, sounds serious. I'll see if I can whip up a few answers. Is it serious, guys?
Wann haben Sie Stan Everson zum letzten Mal gesehen?
Must have been, yeah, last night sometime. Why, you looking for him? Try the LZP demo booth. Dude lives there.
Dude died there last night. Murdered, Mr. Landers.
What is this? What, some kind of joke or something? Hey, you're not kidding, are you? Hey, that's crazy. He was breathing the last time I saw him, which must have been around 10 p.m. after the party. We walked to my car, here.
Wie war Ihre Beziehung zu Stan?
He was like my brother. I mean, LZP was our mutual thing, grew out of what we had, which was well, friendship, but like all brothers, we had our problems, you know, business stuff. But we went back to the birth of LZP. Anyway, he invited me to this launch party last night, so you can see we were tight, even now. Of course, with a demanding dude like that, control freak, he's bound to rub people the wrong way. You'll have a lot of suspects to sort out. Maybe I can help.
Warum schlafen Sie in Ihrem Auto?
Just happen to be between gigs, but with my rep, hey, I'll find something. One of the reasons I'm here at the show is to network and let people know I'm available. See, most designers would be at the show on somebody else's expense account, but right now, I'm on my own dime. Only, I don't have many at that.
Wie lange parken Sie hier schon?
Since opening day of the trade show? Guys, you're not gonna bust me for camping out, are you? I'm doing business. Give me a break. Have a heart. Don't make me move my wheels.
Parking garage security isn't the crime lab's deal, but I can see why you like the location. Pretty close to the convention center.
You're right about that. I'm not in Vegas for the gambling. A game expo like this is a prime opportunity for a designer like me to hook up with a new company. Easy for somebody with my record to talk to the top people and recruiters. Plus, I gotta stay current, see what the competition's up to and where the virtual world is heading.
Must be pretty tough, playing video games all day.
Must be tough eating donuts all day. No offense, but as often as you hear that, I get what you said. This is a tough, demanding business. Kill or be killed. I meant that figuratively.
Ja, das stimmt, weil nur Videospiele spielen, so sieht das nicht aus. Immerhin programmieren Sie die und da dürfte nicht viel Zeit zum Spielen selber übrig bleiben, außer Freizeit. Und wer den ganzen Tag Spiel programmiert, hat der dann noch Bock zu spielen in der Freizeit? Naja, andererseits spiele ich hier und nehme Spiele auf und spiele auch in der Freizeit, abgesehen davon noch. Tja, nicht unbedingt das gleiche Prinzip, aber ähnlich. Haben Sie letzte Nacht Mister Nguyen gesehen?
Maya? Yes. Yeah, sure. Great girl. Woman. We connected. I've always had a kind of thing for Asian beauties, and she sure qualifies. And smart, and funny. Wow. We took off after the party and had a few drinks and wound up in my, well, my little four-wheel suite here.
Did you discuss her outburst with Stan?
Maybe I better go for full disclosure here. One of the things we bonded over was our mutual frustration with Stan, and what a tyrant he's been lately. It's a bummer to think about now.
Zu welcher Zeit waren Sie mit Maya zusammen?
Oh, well, I wasn't exactly watching my watch, but I'd say, just before midnight. We were together in the, on the back seat there till 1:30-ish? Tried to do the gentlemanly thing and offer her a ride, but she said, oh, don't be silly, she could walk. It was just one of the outlying buildings attached to the Sphere complex.
Wo waren Sie, nachdem sie ging?
Where else? So right here in my office, which is also my bedroom. I played a few games on my handheld and finally drifted off to sleep.
Oh, was hast du denn gespielt? Danganronpa, so wie ich gerade. Oder doch eher Mario oder... ich drifte ab. Außerdem gab es damals noch keinen Danganronpa. Ich meine PS Vita. Ich drifte ab. Besitzen Sie eine 22 mm Handfeuerwaffe?
Yeah. Legally purchased in California and registered to me. Why?
Weil das nicht gut für Sie ist. Warum haben Sie eine Pistole mit nach Las Vegas gebracht?
Did I break some statute or something? It's just Stan and Andy suggested I bring it. Something about getting the team into the reality behind first-person shooting games. Stan knew I have a gun and know my way around firearms. He thought I could give the gang a few tips.
Da fällt mir übrigens ein, wahrscheinlich stand nur im Deutschen, dass Stan eine 45er mitgebracht hat. Und der war derjenige, der eine Pistole mitgebracht hat. Und Stan hat die 45er dort gekauft. Ich hätte mehr auf das Englische achten sollen, was sie gesagt hat.